Hey guys, this is Issues with Toddy One Skip. I am Toddy One Skip. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you guys for allowing me to be part of your day. I hope that there's something that you get out of this video, and I hope it's something positive, even though the video itself, honestly, the subject is very depressing. Please like, subscribe, and share. Guys, this is about the Chad Daybell trial that's going on. He's being tried for the murder of two children, his wife's children, Tylee and JJ, who were found on his property. And there were text messages going back and forth about the degree of how much they weren't alive. There was this whole doomsday cult type of mentality that Chad had. He was an apocalyptic author who was on the fringe of the Mormon beliefs. And just, that book, we've talked about that book, Visions of Glory. Visions of Glory is a book that I'm reading, and I'm actually reading it as a fiction book. I don't care that they're telling you that it's a nonfiction book and that it was really John Pointis is the author, and that he was in touch and met somebody who had died during surgeries and operations a few times in their life, only to see exactly what was going on when they died, and to get this sneak peek into what the world is really about in this most messed up way, that children and that anybody that you love could possibly not be the person that you think they are, but that there could be a dark evil spirit that comes and takes over inside of the person that you're looking at, who you no longer think is there inside, that they've just been taken over by something. And you see that through a book that somebody wrote and says, hey, this is a nonfiction book. So Visions of Glory, again, is supposed to be a true story. I don't see it as that. I see it as, so here's the premise. Visions of Glory is written by John Pointis, and John Pointis supposedly comes across this person that has died a few times during their regular lifetime, and during that time they have had glimpses into what was going on at the time that they supposedly were unalived, and what that person's wife was doing. So they were spared by God for a more important reason or purpose, per se. And in the meantime, John Pointis has supposedly run into this real life person, and this person has sat down with John and told John their whole story. And now John has written this book, nonfiction, as firsthand, as if he's the guy that has the story. So he's writing it firsthand as he's the guy. First of all, no, there's no way, even if that was possible, that you would know everything and all the emotion and everything. You would literally have to know how that person felt inside. Maybe if they were even telling you, you couldn't even feel like 100% of everything that they were explaining to you, because you didn't live it. You can't live vicariously through somebody and know what it is 100%. Not only that, but I challenge and say that that book is a fiction book that somebody's trying to promote as a nonfiction book and trying to get people to believe it. Jody Hildebrandt praised that book. It's a good book, but it's fiction in my opinion. It's as simple as this. Those kids got in the way of Lori and Chad. End of story. You could see that in the text messages. So to have some sort of bullshit that you were saving them because they were taken over by some sort of demon or evil spirit is just bullshit. Put your pants on. Own what you did. You wanted to be with a married woman, but you didn't want her 2 kids. Seems to be like the way it is in this country. When you don't want the kids, you don't reach out to ex-husbands or ex-wives and say, hey, do you mind watching the kids? For a temporary situation, you do a permanent thing. Like, what the hell is going on here? And these Mormons, I'm sorry. For the majority, I guess the Mormon church is okay. But guys, that Mormon church needs to be checked out because there is so much crime right now that is coming on with the Mormon church. Like, it's got to have bad vibes around it at the moment. They have to do some sort of refiguring of what the Mormon church is about, because the way it looks to people like me, it doesn't look good. You're sending people to a therapist that has no business taking care of animals, let alone people. She loses her license, and the Mormon church still afterwards, I guess that's the only therapist in the Mormon church, Jody Hildebrandt. Now what are you going to do? And now you got Chad Daybell. And then you had Tim Ballard. What's going on here? What the hell is going on? Like I said earlier, Chad Daybell is basically saying that he was under the spell of Lori Vallow. Really? Yet, Chad Daybell is known for telling women, I've been with you in your last lifetime. I was married to you in your last lifetime. You know that, right? But Chad was so blown away by this beautiful woman that he couldn't control himself. And because of that, he was talked into the ultimate crimes of unaliving 3 people. Because there's so many people that are unalive because of these people. Chad's wife, who he had 5 kids with, his wife, who supposedly passed away from natural causes, they took that body out of the ground and found out asphyxiation. So he's up for her unalivement. And then it was Lori's husband, her estranged husband, that was unalived by Lori's brother, who too is unalived by a supposed blood clot. There's a lot of unaliving, and I mean, if you do the math, chances are that's not natural math. That's premeditated math. You hear what I'm saying? So there's problems there. And, I am so glad to see lately that these judges are throwing the books at people and saying, you know what? No chance of parole. No chance of parole. No chance of parole. But I certainly don't have a problem if you were to bring the death penalty to every single state, because, as much as you guys say, it costs a lot to unalive somebody, not as much as it costs to support them for the rest of their lives. But there are crimes, honestly, that I feel like, slow, long, hard unalivement in a cell block by themselves. That might be better than a fast, easy, painless. Because we're supposed to be humane, It doesn't matter the crime. Back in the day, there wasn't a lot of humanity in the crime. There wasn't any kind of kindness in the punishment. Firing squad, hanging, Now we got to do it right. Got to be humane. Doesn't matter what they did. I don't know, guys. I'm kind of thinking maybe we should go back, because it seems like we're just being way too kind, taking care of way too many people that haven't taken care of way too many people. And these moms, that's a horrible crime. Trusting, looking in the eyes of the people that trusted you just to do them wrong, and to know in your eyes that's not what you see. You see an end. They see care. They see hope. You see nothing. At the very end, when they look in your eyes and they see that, what do you think? that's what needs to be seen and felt over and over and over and over again. No break. Guys, this is Issues with Toddy One Skip. I am Toddy One Skip. Do you want me to stay on this trial? Do you guys know about? I know that a lot of you guys are different countries and stuff. Do you know about this case? I would think that you would. It's a big one here. So if you don't know, hopefully I told you something. You'll look into it. If you do know and I shared something with you that you didn't know, I'm hopeful that I did that too. Guys, this is Issues with Toddy One Skip. I am Toddy One Skip. Please like, subscribe, and share. And thank you so much for allowing me to be part of your day. Thanks, guys.